Namaskar, I am Anubhav Ranjan and you're watching Ritam. In a striking statement on Tuesday, former US President Donald Trump announced that the United States will take over the Gaza Strip, potentially with the deployment of American troops. His remarks, made during a joint press conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, signaled what could be a drastic shift in US foreign policy regarding the Middle East.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling.
Trump further described a vision of redevelopment for Gaza, calling it a future Riviera, a statement that left many questioning both the feasibility and implications of such a plan.
Responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
However, Trump's assertion was quickly contradicted by Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy, who wrote on his X account that the US is not taking over Gaza and went as far as to claim that Trump had lost it totally. This conflicting messaging raises critical questions. Does the US itself have a clear stance on its next move in Gaza? And if not, what are the potential consequences of such ambiguity, especially on the people of Gaza? Trump's comments mark a significant departure from the long-standing US approach to the Middle East, especially for a leader who once campaigned on limiting American military involvement in foreign conflicts. His proposal also sparks legal and financial concerns. How would the US justify a takeover of Gaza under international law? Who would fund the massive reconstruction efforts Trump envisions? Adding to the complexity, Trump stated that his administration planned to relocate 1.7 million Palestinians from Gaza to Egypt, Jordan, or other countries for the duration of the rebuilding process.
You can build something for them in one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, it could be Egypt, it could be other countries, and you could build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area, but you take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die, because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying. The same thing's going to happen again. It's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope that we could do something where they wouldn't want to go back.
Yet, this idea has already been categorically rejected by key Arab nations, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, the latter of which has played a major role in mediating between Israel and Hamas. Given such resistance, on what basis does Trump believe these countries would accept the mass relocation of Palestinian refugees? Trump's remarks on Palestinian displacement have only deepened concerns. Speaking to reporters, he bluntly stated that Palestinians should not return to Gaza.
Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now, I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build...
While Trump later acknowledged that some Palestinians could return, he remained firm in suggesting that Gaza should not be their permanent home. His comments triggered swift backlash from Arab officials and even some within his own party. One Arab official described the statements as rough, raw, hard to grasp and digest, while another warned that they could jeopardize ongoing ceasefire negotiations and destabilize the region. Notably, Trump's announcement came just weeks after a ceasefire agreement was brokered between Israel and Hamas, bringing an end of 15 months of conflict. Some hostages were released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners as part of the fragile truce. Given this context, Trump's policy shift raises a pressing question. Could the US's new approach reignite conflict in Gaza rather than ensure lasting peace? If the ceasefire was painstakingly achieved through diplomatic efforts, will these drastic measures undo those efforts and risk plunging the region back into war? As the world watches closely, the lack of clarity in the US position leaves many wondering. Does this approach truly aim for peace, or is it a step toward further instability in the Middle East?